Is this what you presented to the... wanted to present to the Council of the Moon Clan?
It is what we wish to propose, yes.
You
Although
have contacted them?
your presence does suggest that you do not consider yourselves equals. I assume that you came here to make sure that whatever decision is reached is one that you prefer, and it is likely that you prefer to not have us come to a decision at all.
Because a tribute would involve our enslavement. We have no interest of being sold like meat on a stick.
If the continued existence, the continued peace of the Moon Clan would be as important to you as you have implied in your words, sacrifice would not be considered that far-fetched now, would it?
A sacrifice of fellow clan members would be against the spirit of the clan, and so it would be a stronger stab towards the death of it than anything else. The Moon Clan does not simply cut off.
A compromise, then. The Moon Clan is its people. However, the Moon Clan currently is alone. If the Moon Clan were to agree to paying the tribute and therefore assuring a continued peace between the Sun and the Moon Clan, then the Moon Clan could join the Spire Clan, combining our forces and making sure that the Sun Clan would stop its unnecessary raids.
So you would annex the Moon Clan.
We would protect them.
Hmm.
And that includes us.
The Watcher would likely not agree to your presence here.
So you would protect those of the Moon Clan whom Sunta would leave alone regardless.
If she would leave the Moon Clan alone regardless, then that implies that your presence here is what causes her to take offense. The cause seems clear.
Tyraxus looks over to Archaex. The creature has already spoken that he is willing to sacrifice anything in his way. I don't see why this statement is a surprise to us.
He looks to this guy and says, so, if we were to agree on this, on the premise that... So looks as 5 people from your clan were to be given over to us as sacrifices, would that then be alright? 5 people for a whole clan of peace?
These sacrifices would not be necessary to achieve the peace we are looking for. They would simply be a
tribute. Tyraxus looks at him. Indeed.
If that is what your clan believes in.
Our clan believes that this conflict is unnecessary and could be halted, perhaps stopped completely, if Sunta were simply given what she demands. She will grow tired of this place eventually and leave us alone.
Then you do not know the plans of the dragons to follow her. You know why they did the incursions here to begin with. For food. There are so many of them that they will eat the land bare, and then they will come to the Moon Clan and take the Aurochs from their hands, and, well, the people as well. So many dragons are hard to feed, after all. And they say it is for the greater good of the region, because an outside threat, more dragon business, will need to be fought by them. The people of these lands will suffer so that they can live. We do not agree with that.
And all I have is your word on this, while it seems rather clear to me that it is your presence that is causing all these problems. Perhaps the Spire clan offering its assistance to the Moon clan without your presence here would have been enough to tell the Sun clan as well as the Watcher to stop their hostilities and simply revert back to requesting tribute. The Watcher is a creature much respected by many of the Shoanti. The tribute would not be something that is forced, but rather earned by him. However, of course, you would not allow that tribute to take place, because there are other things that you wish to prevent that do not affect the Shoanti.
You could pay us the tribute.
And gain what exactly?
We will attempt to make peace in the same way as they will. We will ask the Sun Clan for tribute as well, and you can help them pay it.
Your arguments make little sense. I would suggest that we consult with the leaders of the Moon Clan. Not with those who consider themselves equals, but then decide for the entire clan.
I mean, if you want to kill these guys, now is the time to do it before the other ones show up.
No, I think we should let them.
Okay.
Do you think they would sell us all out?
Yes, I do. I totally do think that these guys would sell us out. Maybe, you know, in the Moon Clan, old man McGee, he doesn't like us.
Oh
He
yeah,
would-
but
he would
like
totally
these
sell
guys
us
totally
out.
would. But the council, would they all?
Uh,
And McGee would.
yeah, old man
But
McGee would.
I doubt the others
Smith
would.
guy, probably not. He seems very excited about us, so he's probably on our side.
Like, it doesn't seem like these people would have joined together to have things the way they were. And we have a decent chance of winning. With the miracles we have created,
Mhm.
I don't think they're gonna just, well, rat out.
Yeah, I am curious on how they actually think they're gonna like,
Do without us, right?
you know.
I mean, if they choose to continue without us, we can just leave them to their doomy fate.
We could, yes.
Unless they want to be absorbed by the Spire clan and lose what they are.
Hmm. Yeah,
Which
like
I don't think Old Man Tanworth is going to be happy with.
No, I don't know exactly. He seems to be the obvious like instigator of this.
Uh-huh.
I'm not exactly sure. My guess is that he wants us gone. So he wants to ally with these guys, get the money out there, so he can.
I would say we let them choose their own fate. And if
Oh,
they want
okay.
to die, we can go to Corvosa or something.
Okay.
If there's nothing for us here, then, well, if after all we've done now, they're still unwilling to fight, they're not going to fight in the end anyway. No.
I suppose. The thing is, if they abandon us here, like we lose our advantage against Sunta, then we're all alone again.
But we're stronger for it. And we
We
have
are.
grown wiser for it.
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, we'll kill the council before we leave.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they betray us, it's going to be hell to pay.
But like, we don't need to. If they can ask tribute, we can go north, further north. There are other clans up there. We can ask tribute from them.
Yeah, show up at the Spire place and be like, all right,
Yeah,
Pay
like
up,
money here. Heard
motherfuckers.
you have a lot of it.
yeah, that seems like a good thing.
You don't have dragons either, so you can either succumb to Sunta and get her dragon protection, or you can pay us money.
Mm-hmm.
We know what they want now.
You can die now or tomorrow. It's basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would lose our upper edge against against Sunta. I don't know.
I'm
if
just
we
saying
can
that
help
if we would
closer.
lose it because of this offer, then we would already lost it. Like then we never had it.
But maybe this offer wasn't available before. You know,
No, but
they
it
turned to
is.
us. They turned to us out of desperation.
Hmm.
But now they have another way out, and that might seem.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they'll try to take that. I mean, we
Maybe
could
they
kill
do.
all of these people, wipe out the camp.
We could, but that would not make them happier with us.
No, but it
They
would.
will more desperately look for another.
Or they will actually acquiesce and do what we fucking tell them now. I mean, we have tried to reason with them a lot.
Yeah, and I
Rakai's
think
more
it.
than
I
any.
think it
you
has
know?
worked. He thinks it has worked,
Mhm.
and if it hasn't, well then, you know,
Yeah.
they basically teach him that being nice doesn't work, and he will have to make them all pay. But now we have to let them choose, and then we can, you know, then they can reap what they sow, as this guy says. I mean, there's an orc city somewhere here. We could become
There is.
orc kings.
We
You know,
could land in
many
the city
options.
and
We're,
just
we're, we're
sort.
dragons, middle-aged dragons or young dragons. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, the Orc City is certainly possible. And, we could land there and start killing until they listen to
Teach
us.
them human flesh.
Pointed towards the Moon Clan.
Well, if they cast us out, then, you know, we'll find another party to support.
I'm just worried that the next thing coming our way is either Vesekarak or Asterix.
Well, they're going to find the Moon Clan hiding us, and then they're going to kill them all, and we're not going to be there.
Well, if you believe it is a good idea, I will acquiesce.
What do the rest of you think?
Kill them all.
Why?
I don't see what good they do.
Well, they would. It's a test, basically, to see if our people are loyal. If we really do not like the answer they give them, we can always kill the council on the way back home, and these guys anyway.
Then do that.
I'll accept that as an option.
I think this situation can very much be considered a conflict. 19, is that enough?
I am not sure.
It is 10 plus
Plus
half your
all the
level
hit
plus
dice.
your charisma modifier,
Then
That
that's
is
enough.
which is why it's so difficult for me to resist it.
Mm-hmm. And Tyraxus manages to suppress his natural murder instincts.
Let's go and sit on a cliff nearby. Maybe, actually, Tyraxus, you can burrow under this place and listen
I could, yes.
for when they meet. And we can go and be a little bit away. You can just turn on the speaking stone, actually, and we can all sit and listen.
And the speaking stone pokes out of the sand.
Well, you know.
I mean, it's basically the equivalent. It's basically the equivalent of leaving a microphone somewhere.
I could.
And then we can hear what they talk about, what they decide, and then we can decide upon what they decide.
Sure.
Or at least see who needs to be removed, because maybe not all of them need to be destroyed, you know? Maybe like the smith is good still. The general is like, I actually kind of want to fight, instead of just bowing my head and surrendering.
Yeah.
I think the Smith will be good.
Yeah, you know?
I think the
Maybe
smith is
old
good,
old man Tanroth can be like, well, I think we should sell out our clan and become slaves, and then we can kill him.
I am an old man, listen to me. Yes.
Like grabbing him and throwing him from a very high height.
That sounds fun. Having crashed down on the rocks, yes. Yes.
So that sounds like what we'll do.
We'll leave, and Tyraxus will secretly bury back.
Well, we'll wish them a good day, and for them to have good negotiations.
Good day to you, sir.
Alright, you said out of sight, I guess? Or do you obviously
Yeah, no,
watch
we
them?
sit out of sight.
Okay.
So act as underground so we can hear what they're doing.
Yeah, speaking of the speaking stones, as you wait there, you will actually get a message through them.
Oh,
Shh.
Rigging sounds I heard right below the camp.
It's like the Den Mushies from One Piece, like those snails you talk to.
These stones don't actually have an audible alarm. It's more like if you have one on your person, then you can feel that someone wants to contact you.
Like its own
And
vibration.
assuming that you accept,
Yes.
you hear a certainly familiar voice, but not one of the council members, as it is in fact who you clearly recognize as the old man from the Tomb of the White.
Oh, you.
Says, I do apologize for using this little gadget that I've gotten from your good friend you had me take care of. However, I just wanted to make sure that you will be coming rather soon, otherwise there might be
yes,
a
rather
rather
soon.
there might be a rather interesting surprise waiting for you.
How many days we got?
Oh, I am not entirely sure. However, waiting too long would be devastating, to say the least.
We'll go as soon as possible.
You know, that's our way out. If they sell us out, we just use the White's power to just wreck
Like
this
the
place.
monster storm. We
Mhm.
work with him to ruin the
Mhm.
world, become
Yep.
villains of our story.
Yep. Done.
If we can't have it, nobody can.
Exactly.
Let it burn.
Well, freeze.
Completely freeze. Eternal winter upon the land.
The Iceman cometh, shrieks our Volnix.
You go first, like water everywhere, and then ice.
It is ice to meet you, says Rakayax. As he frantically
Good.
stabs things.
I suggest you do not dally too long. He hangs up.
Click.
So let's get some horses.
No, we're not going to go to the primal plane, Larian. That's just silly.
Yeah, there's not really much to do there except in a huge war between water and earth,
Mm-hmm.
or like fire and air.
It's exhausting.
I mean, I could probably become like a troop commander at this point, you know?
Probably.
Like command a group of Sahagin or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Try to grow bigger.
Yeah.
Command a group of sharks, whatever.
Yeah.
Finally,
Shark Hoggins.
crystal reefs
Mm-hmm.
against earth elementals.
Could have like a command rod.
Mhm.
Pointed in different directions.
As it approaches noon, you do see a number of people approaching the camp, which are easily enough recognizable as your council, or rather the Moon Clan's council. They do have horses, but I don't have tokens for them right now, but just trust me, they have horses. They approach.
Archers are carrying coconuts.
Yes. Terexus can make out most of the conversation. I will spare you the actual conversation, but these are the things that Terexus and through the talking stones, I guess the others would get. It very much seems like your assumption that Tanroth has suggested to the council that this meeting should be kept secret from you came entirely from him. Kadok is keeping himself out of the discussion. He is not a politician, he repeats. Whereas the general does seem to insist that they do not need the Spire clan, and winning would be far more advantageous than a peace where they have to pay a tribute that they can't pay every year and would have to rely entirely on the Spire clan. Mm-hmm. Both Beastbane and the Flametail's chieftain don't really say too much, although it does seem like they are mostly counting on Tenroth's arguments here. The general also makes it very clear that he thinks it's somewhat foolish to have kept this meeting secret.
Mm-hmm.
To which, of course, the shaman of the Spire clan will reply that they've already been here and threatened them.
How do they react to that?
Tenrov nods sagely. The others are concerned, to say the least.
Because we will be talking with them when they go back.
The shaman of the Spire clan repeats his offer that the Spire clan essentially pays half the tribute, perhaps even more if the Moon clan is completely unable to pay what the Watcher requires, as well as potentially offering more protection. However, that would mean essentially that the Moon clan becomes a sub-part of the Spire clan,
Like a vassal.
which he, of course, says would mean that the Sun clan would no longer be foolish enough to raid them occasionally, meaning that it would ensure peace in the region.
You know, or maybe they would just cut off the Moon Clan if it became a problem. Which seems to be the way they do things.
The meeting does eventually come to a conclusion without a decision having been reached.
Oh.
Who among our council seems to be opposing this idea the most?
General.
Opposing the most, the general.
Okay.
The other three basically sitting it out while Tanrov is being a dick.
So it's a Tanner versus the general, basically.
He's like, but we should just let them annex us. I'm old and these bones are not for fighting. I want a silken pillow. And some
Oh, yes.
young ladies.
To fan my corpulence, yes.
I am the council.
Come sit on my lap, my sweet. Yep. Well, the general
But we're
is
gonna,
like,
we're gonna have a chat with them when they go home. You know, like so. So what happened? You know, what's up with that?
They will eventually return without noticing you in the distance.
I suppose on their way home we'll like fly by. See how they react to that.
oh, we
Sure.
should probably just crash right next to them, sparks flying as claws dig
Well, they will
into
need
the
to
ground.
stop their horses, I think.
We land in front of them. Just, sparks flying everywhere, wings out.
They certainly panic for just a moment. However, they, of course, do not raise their weapons against you.
They're not foolish enough for that. They've seen what we can do. Well, we will look at them, expecting explanation, I think.
Would be the general who speaks. She says, "It was perhaps not the wisest idea to keep this meeting secret from you. However, we did think that it would be best for the Moon Clan to have the people see that the council still is in charge of decisions. Whereas we all know that your assistance is crucial and has been crucial and hopefully will continue being crucial in the Moon Clan's continued existence. The Spire Clan's offer is, to be quite honest, preposterous, and we would not mind if you took care of them." He smiles. Tanrov does not say anything, however, his big frown is probably enough.
What do
Tyraxus-
you think, Tanruf?
Yeah, Tyraxus looks at the general and says, "Indeed, is that the decision of the council of the Moon Clan then?"
Tanrov
Eyeing
breaks.
the others.
The others are staying silent as Tanrov speaks and says, "The Moon Clan has had a council for generations, and that council has always consisted of the most respected members, some of the most long-standing members of the Moon Clan. The council relies on experience, wisdom, a great part, and perspective. A perspective that, without offense, I do not think you have. And while I cannot deny that the Moon Clan has profited from knowing you, I do think that the Moon Clan should be ruled, should be commanded by those who have always commanded it."
Tyraxus looks at him. "The most respected and long-standing members, you say? Interesting. I didn't know you were either of those things, Tanrov. Respected. Pfft. He snorts. Standing? You can barely stand up. I see you lying around most of the time.
Besides, if not for us, you would have been dead in a Sun Clan slave camp.
You are a husk. You were shards when we found you on the ground, and we have forged you to get it to a weapon to fight against Sunta and her pets. And this is how you repay us. He takes a step forward, eyeing Tanrov, and I'm gonna roll a will save here.
Compulsion check.
Ooh,
That's enough, I think, but just.
Is it? Oh, it's half my level plus my charisma. Yeah, that is just enough.
Yeah, take your dragon point with that.
Hmm.
Tenrov does hesitate.
Did he just say that he should command us?
No, he said that he thinks that it's weird that dragons would be leaders of a human clan.
He said he should command, though.
Yeah, command. Well, he said the council should command the Moon Clan, not us.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think that we're really part of the Moon Clan.
I don't think I'm part of the Moon Clan.
I don't think I'm part
I mean,
of
let's
the
be
Moon
honest
Clan.
here.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like you've already made up your mind, as is evidenced by the fact that you have decided to judge the decision to be put in front of the Moon Clan Council before it was made. You did not even give us a chance to consider the
speaking?
options. It's Tenrov, sorry.
Just as you did not give us a chance to let you go without. This could have been a trap. Sunta is clever. And I do wonder what they told you in that prison camp, Tenrov. What they promised you.
Are you suggesting that Sunta promised me something that would have tempted me?
It looks to the general. You are behaving erratically after this attempt to do just that from the Spire Clan. Their wish to annex the Moon Clan or subjugate them by having to help them pay every year. And of course, if the Moon Clan was to not like what's happening, they could just not be able to pay and be destroyed by the Sun Clan again. That does not seem to be in the Moon Clan's best interest.
The general will answer, well, to be quite truthful, which I think is very important in this situation, if we were working under the assumption that this battle could not be won, then perhaps accepting the Spire Clan's assistance would be the way to at least buy us enough time to get some change. However, I do firmly believe that with your assistance, this war can be won. Tenrov, however, blessed be he, does not think that is the case, and I do think that once he actually sees our victories, then he will also accept, well, this arrangement that has no precedence. What he is simply suggesting, and what I think is reasonable from our perspective at least, is that the Moon Clan should stay the Moon Clan. It would not be the Moon Clan any longer if it followed you. Although perhaps change is in the air and tradition is acceptable as long as it does not conflict with survival, of course. Tenrov, after a short pause, does interject. But the Moon Clan is tradition, and changing the ways that make the Moon Clan would change everything. If these ones wish to assist, he stops.
Remind me again, Tanrov, in what way we haven't assisted you, in what way we have not been angelic in our patience in forging you together. How much have we bled for this
Things
plan?
would be different if we had been human. Is that what you say?
I am saying that you may be taking the respect that you've rightfully earned and assume that it gives you the right to do what the council would do without officially being the council.
So you suggest we should become the council then?
I would agree to a compromise, perhaps, a representatives of yours in the council who will be informed of all the council's decisions and will have its say in the council's decisions.
Okay, nods a little bit. Seems like that could work. That person would of course speak with our executive power at his will.
Of course. Quite frankly, I think it would be not plausible to have one of you exactly in the council, as you are quite.
I saw that.
You can dream.
Oh yeah.
As
I know.
you are perhaps a bit too.
It would be perfect.
I know. I know.
No, not me. I couldn't survive your breath.
I
What I'm-
seriously don't understand why we're doing this. We're basically just helping those assholes. We get freaking nothing out of this. And they keep going, oh, you don't help at all. Well, maybe we should just leave and then you can help yourself.
What I'm trying to say is that your mere presence in our council in our council meetings would intimidate us to the point of ineffectiveness. However, a chosen representative, of course, who would have all the powers of a council member would be appropriate.
This is getting ridiculous. Einamax can barely tolerate other dragons. Why should she tolerate these people?
Yeah, Tyraxus is he's smoldering. Like, he is...
Henry, I think you should probably take a look at my companions here. They are much less patient than I, and they do not seem to like what you're saying. Perhaps a compromise could be done. Avendra here should have a decent amount of power, and know, however, that she will be no less intimidating than us, as she will wield it gracefully, I imagine. The fact is, the clan cannot survive without our aid, and if we are not appreciated, we will certainly just take our leave, as the clan needs us more than we need it. We are doing charity work here, and
To be honest, I think we should just leave. Leave them to die in the desert. Take the Oryx with us since we were the ones who took them.
The general says, well, perhaps the exact opposite would be necessary here. Not a council, but rather a practice that I know the lowlanders occasionally use. I've read about it. You see, in times of conflict, where war is on the horizon, and the council has proven to not always make the right decisions, it is the military leaders who take control of the situation. Perhaps it would be agreeable to not only accept a representative, but rather give them the full power, the full official power of decision in these matters.
I think we can vote on it just now, actually.
Tenroth frowns.
Oh, does he now? Oh, does he now?
Those who are
I'm
for
gonna
the
make a new
decision-
will save. I'm gonna make a new fucking will save. I've had it. Completely. All right, you're safe.
Those who are for the decision.
I'm never sure when I need to roll a will save. I know it when someone's like, you should do that, and I'm like, oh, should I? You're not even stronger than me. But there are never anyone besides you guys who do that shit against me, so screw you.
What?
Those
so-
who
I'm
are
sorry?
in favor, raise your hands.
It does seem like the entire council raises their hands.
So, it is unanimous then. Nobody has any problem with this. General, I think that is a great idea.
Yes, until the war against Sunta and the Evil Sun clan has been decided, I think it would be in all of our best interest, he eyes Tenroth, to give you the full might of decision of the Moon Clan.
Indeed, until such a time where the Moon Clan is without threats to its existence.
The general says, well, perhaps the exact opposite would be necessary here. Not a council, but rather a chosen representative who would have all the powers of a council member would be appropriate.
Indeed, until such a time where the Moon Clan is without threats to its existence. Such a temporary measure will be done.
An unprecedented decision, but these are unprecedented times, after all.
Never before has the Moon Clan been attacked by fire giants, enemy clans, and dragons at once. And as this was unanimous, witnessed by everyone here, so I doubt that anyone would have any say against it in the future.
I do believe that most of the people of the Moon Clan were already almost entirely on your side, as you have proven once again that you only have the best of the Moon Clan in your minds, after all.
Yes, General. So, with that decision, I think it sounds like, Chieftain Farnak, that you would be a great current stand-in for our representative until such a time where we will take a more active role in council matters for you to prepare the clan for its mobilization. He looks to the others.
Looks to the others who.
Has the general not shown that he is capable of good decisions?
Looks to the others who. Us or them.
You.
Hannah doesn't care. They could all burn in hell for all she cares. They're just tiny little humans who has a problem.
General Farnak has been a brilliant mind and a voice of reason in these chaotic times. I have nothing against him taking the charge.
I don't care.
They're only just flying around. It is decided then. Mr. Farnak says, make the best of it. Soonish we will send someone to take up the charge, but for now, you shall lead the clan into a secure time. A new age of prosperity.
Into victory, of course.
Of course. Good. I think you may leave. Also, Tenroth, it would be great if we did not hear much of you for the coming time. Consider perhaps that valued members of society, when they reach old age, sometimes take a bit of time to reflect and relax upon their life, to not put too much stress upon themselves. Farnak, I'm sure you can delegate some stressless things to Tenroth and make him useful in that fashion. Reading history to the dragon captive, for example, that would be a good use.
Yes, I will find use for him.
Good.
You may leave.
They leave with their horses who are currently freaking out.
Tyraxus looks at the others. So his jaws open and close with some forced restraint.
It won't be long until Tenroth kills himself doing this stuff.
No. He's old and frail. I doubt he will live
Through the night.
Through the night, actually. Yes. I have heard that old people often die quietly in their sleep. Yes, suffocate.
I
Yes.
doubt that's what will happen with him, though. But
Tyraxus looks at them.
it goes.
It depends on a lot of things. It wouldn't be the first time.
No.
It looks after him.
We will have the council announce this, I think.
Snorts.
Decision at all.
Nods. I will see to it myself. Looks after him, running away. We had a meeting with a white druid.
Yes. There was a spirit or some such.
Onwards
Something
then.
that would be nice to visit when we go against Sunta. Let's go there now.
Yes. As we fly to the white cave.
Okay.
Tomb of the First White, it's called.
That'll take you a day and a bit to get there. I'll move you over.
So now we're king dragons.
Mm-hmm. Of Dragon Pass.
What?
Well, of the Moon Clan, I suppose.
And what is the Moon Clan?
Yeah, we really need to get you your own house.
A petty little hole in the desert.
I'll make it better in time.
For what? And only for you, of course.
Well, I mean, you're free to stay there.
Why would she want that? This
I
place
don't
sucks.
know.
I think we should just leave it to die.
Where would you want to go?
Do something about these dragons instead of playing with humans.
You arrive after a day and a bit. And for once, you are greeted by Horakus and don't have to enter to get him. He has seemed to already be waiting for you. He greets you with open arms, saying, "Ah, so nice to see you. I do have to apologize for this quite sudden invitation. It is not like me to invite people usually, but I do think it is necessary for our continued cooperation."
You said something about something important.
Yes, good news and bad news. Good news, I think, with the help of a new friend, figured out a way to get exactly what I promised you. On the other hand,
Who is this new friend? You don't
well,
seem to me to be a person to make many friends.
no, maybe friend is not the right word. However, you see, I am a bit of a hoarder, you see. Not exactly unusual, I suppose, but... 1 second. Someone coming.
He sounds out a little bit as eerie voices from the skeleton speaks to him.
And like a bird crawls out of his nose.
It's not a small bird either, it's just a vulture just somehow crawling out.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, where was I? That was... I am a bit of a hoarder, and when you told me to take care of that friend of yours, I figured I might at least see if he has some use. And as, well, consumed by a vengeance as he might seem, he will not survive long much anymore, I think, because he's losing his usefulness. However, he has proven useful in one regard. He has helped me understand what I believed was the spirit of the Ember Storms. However, my initial assumptions were incorrect, but to cut to the chase, I have underestimated this spirit ever so slightly, and I may have antagonized it to the point that it might destroy those who you have collected. It is currently, I believe, traveling west and may collide with your camp inevitably.
So how can we take it over?
I did want to spend some more time making sure my plans were going to work. However, I believe that I have the necessary precautions to do what I intended to do, which is to capture it and make it useful to us. All it will require is for us to face it. I will join you in this fight, and I will make sure that it will not simply die, but rather prove very useful.
Mechanic's okay with that.
Very well then. We must best make haste if we are to catch this wind spirit or whatever it is.
It does appear to be a fire spirit. In fact, it appears to be a collection of fire spirits, a rather unusual group.
Oh no, it's a swarm. We're
Protection
fucked.
from energy, anyone?
Yes, please. Give me that hot fire res.
I'm
I
leaving
did make
it.
the mistake of assuming that the Ember Storm was the actual thing. However, the Ember Storm is simply a side effect of the spirit's chaotic lust for destruction.
I'm leaving in 10 minutes though.
How much?
Yes, we will most likely take care of this next time, if you wish to take care of it right away.
I mean, that seems like a thing.
I think we do, yeah.
I want to capture an Ember Storm and then make it like an Ice Storm, and then we'll Ice Storm that dragon in the face.
We'll have it in a bag. Yes, it's just a note on don't open this bag.
Like the Storm in a bag thing. I think that's like an old Greek thing.
It is. It is. It's some Hercules or something captures a storm.
They do it in King of Dragon Pass as well.
No, that's true. It's true. They have that.
It has a
that-
wind in the bag.
Yeah, the magic five storm bag or whatever it's called. It's true. It's true.
No.
Yeah.
It does, but
It's a treasure, right? You can bring
Yeah.
back maybe. I don't know. I forget.
it's from a hero quest.
Ulysses. Well, there we go. Trust Malorn to know the old Greek stuff.
Yeah, but considering we are reaching the end of our session time, I think we'll stop here because the combat would take way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're fighting the storm,
Yeah.
and
That said, it might be worth having some thoughts about how you want to progress. Because I think there's quite a few options for you to consider.
I sent you a message, Sheep. Did you see it?
I did,
Yes.
and you can.
That's my most immediate progression.
I'm gonna work my way on taking over the Moon Clan now.
That's we have cut them enough slack. Now it's time for
It's gonna be my territory. It's about time to
Mhm.
close the noose, so to speak.
You don't need to worry about Tanrov. That is taken care of
Okay.
in a very natural way. Yes.
You should let the two quiet murder dragons we have with us.
No. I made sure it looked perfectly normal and natural.
Okay.
There won't be a mark on his body.
What a shame. But
Yeah, I know.
in the end, we will remember him for his last decision to vote for the takeover of a new range of government.
And
We'll have a statue of him where it says Tanrov, supporter of the dragonkind.
Yes. We'll make a huge memorial of it. No, it will be announced in the morning that he died in his sleep quietly.
All right. Sure. So, ways we can progress. I want to fight the Spire Clan right now. I mean, they seem to be like real. I don't understand their philosophy at all. I mean, they're kind of. You could either fight the enemy or we could buy you.
Larian suggests an orphanage in Tanrov's memory. Seems like a good idea.
Take me behind the shed.
Mm-hmm.
We could. I
don't
mean,
think we need to fight the Spire Clan. I think that would now waste our resources when we need all of those resources again, holding out against Sunda. If we want to take that down, and I'm pretty sure we want to at least, I
know we're gonna basically wait for her to attack, then smash her,
and
and then drive to her base and take her out.
That's the
And
plan.
then figure out what we damn well do with that orb.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we can,
The thing is,
put it in that big sea there or something.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, we still don't know what's going on, really. Everyone we meet on the Gold Dragon side is like adamant that he is telling the truth, and
And they will never tell us why.
And they will never tell us why. They just, oh, he has shown me, and you're like, what? You sound like a fucking cult. What is this?
Like capturing 3 of them. I mean, could we begin threatening one of the siblings with killing the other one? I mean, is that a thing we can do?
I don't know. They don't care, but they might if we put the thumb screws on.
We will kill your brother and make him a zombie and make him eat you.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just tell us. But I don't think they know even.
No, what they told me is like, oh, we're just here because Dad told us.
Yeah.
Tandalin knows, but he won't tell us. He's just, I have seen it, and he said, what have you seen?
You wouldn't believe it if I did.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's like we're dragons. There's a lot of things we can believe.
But it's probably something completely different. He summoned tons of gummy bears and he told me. We don't believe that.
In a dream, he told me. And you're like, oh.
What? A dream? God damn it. Even Vakaix is too much of an empirical dragon, too.
Yeah, even with his blood sorcery.
That's the ones they're fighting. It's not imperial dragons, it's empirical dragons.
Empirical dragons.
There's too much sense in dragon.
Oh.
Not enough whimsy.
Very. Yeah. I
So-
am intrigued. What I still want to go to that party because I want to know what's going on there.
But that seems like the worst though. They sent these guys to take us there.
I know.
I just.
But isn't it kind of boss to like show up? Like, you know how many dragons you have sent
It's
after
like
us,
Robin
and we
Hood,
have
in a
taken
way.
them all.
But
We have.
it's like it's. And like Rakax's dad might be there, which is just a noob. No, we do not want to deal with that. I can promise you, we do not want to deal with that.
Mhm.
So I mean, Rakax's gonna stay fucking under a mountain or something if that happens.
He has the whiff of daddy being around. He's gonna dig as far deep as he can.
It's like kind of like being a hobbit having a ring. If Sauron was in town,
Oh, okay, sure.
like you're like, I don't want to. I don't even.
You can
Ah.
hear the ring wraiths, closing in.
And I don't even want to be in water when that happens. I'll be in a dry, faraway place.
Yes, Tyraxus can come to the party with a lovely blue zombie dragon lady. Arrive with her like completely like desiccated corpse. He's like, "Oh, isn't it lovely, darling?" And she's like,
I believe you lost this by us.
So, well, here you go. If you have any more trash you want us to take care of, I would remind you not to throw your garbage in our part of the Cinderlands.
Littering. I would like, though, when we defeat Cinder, to just take the orb from her and let Big Red Dragon have his way.
Yeah, yes.
I think
Kill.
that's probably the most mean thing I could do is release a previously enslaved Red Dragon on you. He's not going to be happy.
He
He's
is
not going to be acceptable anyway.
Nope. I'm thoroughly in favor for that. Sunta needs to die. Like the audacity of her controlling dragons. That needs to stop.
She could become a zombie giant.
You could, yes. Certainly possible.
I mean, giants are not the worst.
No, they're quite good undead actually. If you can make it into a zombie or like a bloody skeleton giant.
Fast zombie giant.
Mm-hmm.
That's mostly for flying things. Then I mean, with all those dragons, I'm sure I'll run out of.
The thing is, we have stripped her of a lot of dragons so far.
Yes, and those dragons probably aren't happy with the death toll that her
No.
useless campaign is implying on them.
At some point, they're gonna be like, "Why are we like? What is?"
Well, because Dad told us to. Yeah.
But I mean, the dragons at court,
Yeah.
look at her and be like, "Why are we here again?" And I mean, again, if there is an incredibly powerful super mega invasion of Imperials coming, sure, I'm all up for stopping that. I don't want to be enslaved by
Enslaved to anybody.
Imperials, like
But-
as little as I want to be enslaved to her.
Yeah, exactly. We're third option. The alternative.
We are gonna break the chains of fate.
Independence. Freedom.
Freedom.
I mean, it's a pyramid scheme. So freedom for us.
Yes,
right?
of
I mean, that's
course.
what we're into.
Yeah, but
For us. I mean,
we,
goes without saying.
of course.
The Freedom Party.
We're all equals, but we are a little bit more equal than others.
Independence. Cultural interests. Progress.
A dragon country
British.
for dragons. Yeah, I mean, enslavement is not something Tyraxus is against. It's just enslavement of him he doesn't like.
So what exactly did you guys see us doing next session? Like fighting the storm spirits? I still think kind of want to scout out the Sunda's borders place and see if we can strike more at her. To be
We
honest,
can, yeah. We can weaken her positions.
but we kind of don't want to also provoke an attack too early. So, Sheep, you said you had some ideas. We might have a better overview
Ideas in what way?
of things we could do next.
I would like a decision on whether or not you want to go to the festival, because if it's just one of you wanting to go there, then we might as well. Now we should probably do that in session, I think.
I don't want to go there.
But that's a decision that
I said to the
you
festival
kind of.
that I'd come along as well.
I will
Okay.
crawl
Yeah.
in a hole. Dark
You can-
black.
I'll have the message stone turned on, and like I put it on in my hat, so you can sort of.
In addition to that, I can give you the general's plan for the final fight, probably as a text document during the downtime, so you can kind of plan with that. But other than that, it might very well be plausible that we will very soon just do a time skip to the festival and then, get things going.
When we level up
The
next,
thing is,
maybe.
the thing is, preparing wise, I don't think we can do much more. We have gathered all.
Raid the Spire clan, take all the money from them.
Yes, that I am totally in favor for that. If
Because
you
apparently they're
tell
super well, like
if-
they want to pay
yeah,
tribute to people.
yeah,
We'll
that
take
sounds
tribute.
like money in the bank. If they like, we have so much money.
Just give us all the money, but we can't fight though. We don't.
No,
we don't
we
fight.
have just so
Fighting
much
stuff.
money. We just buy our way out of everything.
I mean, we'll let them buy their way out.
Oh,
What you,
yeah.
of course, can also do during the downtime is continue questioning both Tandalin and the siblings. Preferably
Every day
just.
the guys will go and say, Tantalin, why?
Preferably send me a text document with questions, or just,
Just gonna
a
sit
text
there-
message.
You're just gonna sit there guilt tripping Tandalin for
Why,
a week.
Tantalin, why?
I've trusted you. Look at me. They almost killed me. And you
Let's
hold up
go
like a
again.
burned
Get to you.
claw or something. I'll yeah. I'll yes, I'll go with a hat of disguise and a fake mustache, and I'll be H.E. Pennypacker.
In addition to that, something that I should very much mention is that I would like to not have a session next week
Okay.
Why?
to get some time for the final preparation.
Oh, okay. Well, it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have enough things that you want to do for next session that are not let's skip to the festival, then we can have the session there. But otherwise, I would like an extra week.
I wanted to fight the storm and stuff. But yeah, sure. We'll see. I'm very busy right now. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, we can think if there's something else, but personally, I think we have done most of the preparations we can, as I said. I mean, all of the. We could go for a raid against the Spire Clan. I mean, I'm totally for that, because as you said, they seem to have so much money they're willing to just throw it at the Moon Clan.
I mean,
And I
Epkin
don't-
has neighbors as well.
You know,
And in a way, pissing off lowlanders against dragons is going to be favorable to us right now. Because they're not going to ask. If we just cry out for Sunta and then smash their stuff, then. I mean, who's going to believe it wasn't her, right?
the thing is, yeah, I don't know. Apkin doesn't have any money, and it's under my control. I'd rather not destroy that.
Well, not Afghan, but other cities like it.
Good. But I mean, the Spire Clan.
I don't know. They haven't really been weakened, though. It's just an issue. I really hate for us to go there and then lose. That
We
would
can
suck.
We can
Or
scout
for them
their
to
whole.
or send them to like Sunta's people.
I mean, the general probably knows a thing or two about them, like why they keep their stuff. Maybe. Maybe
For that we need
point us in the right
downtime.
direction. I mean, we kill off the spirits. We have like a week of downtime or something. Talk to the general. He'll point out a camp for us, and we'll go there and take all of the money. Spire Clan is rich. They're not our allies. In fact, they have They actively worked against us.
In time, then I will take them over.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm like level 18 and a god.
Right. And we could probably raid them once before then, right?
Yeah, I just don't know now if now's the time. It was just a thought. I could have raiding the lowlands better. Might not be as much money, really, but it's probably easier pickings. And it might just piss people off against it anyway. We can spray paint ourselves like gold and silver. Yeah.
Could attack the Orc City, yes. Belkson.
What do they have, though? They'll never give up.
Portland. I don't know. They probably raid all the time. That's what they do. They're orcs.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I mean, I'm kind of in the hunt for more money than riches.
I like money, but I'm sure we'll get tons of money after we defeat Sinta and take all the hordes for ourselves, right?
Yeah, but that's kind of the end game, right? I mean, we can skip to
In
the
the
end
end
game.
game?
Yeah.
I don't
For
know.
this, for the
end
like,
game.
for the Cinderlands.
The first like chapter thing.
The second
Maybe.
chapter, but yeah, first chapter was Piley. At least on the,
Oh,
at least on the
suppose.
channel. That's how I.
Where do you think we'll be going next?
After this, no
Further
idea.
north, perhaps?
I don't know. Maybe.
Those hills? Something.
I don't know. Might go south again. West is Riddleport in that area. It's to the west.
Maybe, yeah. Close to the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Maybe something happens over there.
We'll have to defeat Sunda and the Rostrix to see what's going on.
Yeah, we need to figure out what the fuck is going on.
I mean, our mission for attacking that place will basically be to get the damn orb.
Mm-hmm.
Get it out of Sunda's hands, because then Big Red will come help us.
Yep.
Unless people are bad.
I just want to know what the hell is up with the Rastrix and his visions.
I'm sure
If
we'll
he has
find
any.
out time.
If he has any.
I mean, you could just go talk to him.
I mean, gonna go to the party, so gonna have a peek, a sneak and a peek, a snoop and a poop.
Delicious.
Mm. Hmm. So you would say no to raiding the spire then?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, then I'm not entirely sure. What's in the water, like west of us, that like huge lake?
Well, I only know what little I were on the region. Apparently was cut out by like ancient Thessalon with slave labor who died there, so probably bad things.
Hmm.
Just a guess, bad things.
Seems likely, I suppose. Is the water flowing through the lake or from the lake?
Well, I think this is a waterfall.
Uh-huh. But I mean,
And
upwards.
it makes sense that it runs from the mountains too. Like,
Yeah, that's what it does.
topographically, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Could raid Kermaga. Although that would be probably pretty bad. I think that's a pretty nasty city. They probably have wizards and crap. Did yes? No, he left. Well,
Just us three.
It is. It is. Well,
We gotta do the thing tomorrow.
gonna do a thing tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have the epilogue for Forsaken Throne tomorrow. That's gonna be some talking. Did you take a look in the Google Doc?
Not yet. I have been very busy.
Well, I suppose with that we're gonna have a bit of a think, and maybe over the upcoming few days we'll decide if there's going to be, if we have enough to do before we skip to the festival. And what's going to be with the session next week then, I guess.
Yep, we'll decide eventually.
Indeed we will. Indeed we will. I
I'm going
think.
to shut down the server then.
Okie doke. I guess I'll shut off the stream. But not much after session talk tonight, but everyone is tired and gone. So that's what happens sometimes. If Halldamir, I think Haldamir's gonna join for the epilogue tomorrow. I think he said he managed to get internet going. I hope so, at least. We'll see. But that's the plan. So yeah, thanks for watching. This was Tears of Tiamat this week. Tune in tomorrow for the epilogue of Forsaken Throne, which is going to be a lot of talking back and forth, and a lot of happy memories and a lot of sad memories, but also awesome stuff. So yeah, we'll see you then. Good night.